3, 2, 1.
WKAT Kokomo.
Alright, thanks for getting here with me today, YouTube. Well, it started off to be a really crappy day. It was raining, it was rather cold. It was crappy. But it has since stopped raining and warmed up a touch, so I thought, well, might as well shoot a video. Also, I got this virus. It was upsetting my stomach and now my throat. Yeah, I hate summertime viruses. I don't think anybody's on the side of summertime viruses. Birds, please! God, man, they're all the time just trying to mess shit up. Anyway, man, you know what? Today I kind of wanted to talk really briefly, because it's been in the news, about Mollie Tibbets. Now, she disappeared from the proximity of Iowa University. Now, when I first looked at this story, it was like day one. She had went out the night before, as quoted from her boyfriend, who I believe was at her residence at the time. She went out for a late night jog. Now, she had homework to do. Now, she was reported missing when she didn't show up to work the following morning without calling in. Now, when I'm looking at that story, here was my thought. Why are they making a story of it? She ain't even been gone like 24 hours. You know, why is this front page national news about this? Well, it's front page national news because it's a story. And they already know the story. That's why it's news. That's why you're following it. Because they're leading you down this story. You see? They already know what happened. They already know what happened. Now, when I first read this, and I thought, okay, this is crap, man, because you know what? She shouldn't even be reported missing yet. She just went for a late night jog, and you know what? Anything could have happened. She could have went someplace. She might not have been able to phone in. I realize it's the day of technology, and everybody has a cellular bug up their ass. But it's a story. Now, the first person that I considered immediately was her boyfriend. And I say that because he was there, she went out. And then he's like, yeah, I don't know, you know, okay, right? Immediately, but I thought, it's somebody that was rather close to her. Then I see, like, they're looking at a hog farm that was nearby. And I'm like, well, what led them to a hog farm? Okay? So today, still back in the news, and I think that they said that there was evidence that she had went back and continued on her homework. Well, if it was at a residence, it was somebody close to her. And again, I'm pointing to her boyfriend as being at least in on it. I mean, I don't know anything more than that, and it's not like I can really say. But that's what it's leading me to, because, again, it's a story. They want you following it, and they already know the end product. And then that way you're involved in this story up until they get the person, then you're like, oh, that son of a bitch. You see where I'm at? It's how they lead a story. Now, why would I just bring that up? Well, for one thing, it's a topic. Okay, but secondly, it's just like the Delphi murders. Instantly, as it appears, it's national news. Gained international popularity. And they've led us on this for over a year. Now, I don't know what's going to be the final cause of it. Okay, but I've said, man, that there's some reason that they're covering for this guy. If I had to take a hunch's guess right now, shot in the dark, totally. DNA. They was asking everybody for DNA. We can clear you if we get your DNA and see it ain't you. Well, that's exactly the same as telling that person, we have the suspect's DNA. Right up the road. Seriously, 2-hour drive up the road. A guy whose DNA wasn't in the database. But they found him through genealogists. Now, a genealogist wasn't comparing this person's DNA or to that person's DNA. They was looking at this family DNA to narrow that down to a family that they could trace right back down. And that's what they did. As soon as that happens, as soon as C.C. Moore discovers that family and they nail the guy 30 years later with the DNA proof, bam, it's you. Sheriff Tom Pleasanby's on the news. Well, it's new information, and you know, it's something that we might be able to use. Woo, 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 woo. Well, what if C.C. Moore gets involved and narrows it down and they nail that guy? Well, suddenly, the DNA that you send in for your families becomes part of that database, whether you like it or not. It's how they operate. It's how they use you. It's how they lead you on a story for some reason. Now, I've said, man, they're covering. I don't know why. I don't know what the reason is. In fact, really my best guess other than this is security cameras. They don't mind killing an American. They don't mind killing a kid. If you think otherwise, man, you better look around. You better look back at what's going on overseas. They have no quorums with killing a kid. They're screaming about like taking kids and families apart down on the border when somebody's coming in illegally. They'll do the same to you and me. They will take our money, our bank account, our house. They will, you know, they will frame you. They don't give a piss. You're not under common law. You're not free citizens. You are slaves. You are slaves. You are not like members of some great free country. There are people say, man, well, if you don't love the country, leave it. Well, where in the fuck am I going to go? There is no free place to go in this world because every government has that lock the fuck down. Keep your eye on the Tibbet case. And I'll tell you why. Because it's probably going to come out just exactly like that. They're leading this on a story. She ain't going to be found all happy and safe. There's going to be due reason that they had it in the news immediately. And that will tell you they knew immediately that something was wrong and they was going to lead you on this story. Same applies with Delphi. Same exact. It's for a reason that they're doing this. It's for a reason they make it this big story. They want people's interest on it so that people like understand how this case is going. Then if they can show how it was solved, then everybody's like, ah, man, that was brilliant. Well, you can have my DNA. I didn't do anything. See, because they want everybody's DNA. That way, I mean, like, you know, a person couldn't commit a crime without leaving some scrap of DNA. They can go, ha ha, you did it. Now, this would be fine if we was under common law. I wouldn't give a shit. I wouldn't give a shit. Here, man, you know what? You can take my DNA all day long. You can take it back to your mama. I don't give a fuck. Because if I don't go hurt somebody or their property, I didn't commit a crime under the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. That ain't the way we got it now. We reorganized. Now they got us under more laws than any country on earth. We got more prisoners than any country on earth. And guess who's paying for it? You and I are. You and me. The people who pay the taxes. Our tax money goes to fund that. Other countries' defense budget that we sign